course, I couldn't continue forward as we approach the new year. Had to talk about the best IPOs of 2020. What did I learn, honestly? Because I invested in a few. I was super hyped, super ready for Airbnb specifically. What I learned is don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. Don't fall for the hype. When there's a lot of hype around it, I'm going to keep using the word hype. When there's tons of hype, when there's news articles, analysts, and there's just hype, take a step back, give it a moment, let it drop, let it fall back. Even if you can't contain yourself from ignoring the hype, because that happens to me. I'm just honest with y'all. Like, sometimes I'd be like, I don't care about the hype. Like, I want in on this. And I feel like I can do that because I always have a long-term vision, and I'm willing to hold out. Listen, I'm too prideful to sell for a loss. I will hold out on how much ever money is down until the day comes. That's just how I am, and it's always worked for me. That's why I don't invest anything that I can't replace. So with my strategy, it worked. You know, when the Airbnb IPO came around, it was a lot of hype. Before it was even made public, it doubled. It was damn near tripling. And I had told myself, I'm only going to get in to ride the wave and then I'm going to sell. I was okay with that. This is the first time I was dabbling with kind of like a day trading, a weekly trading. And I said, I'm going to ride this wave. And I watched that chart go up. It went up to like 160. I was making so much money. And then all of a sudden, it just started pulling back very fast. I was losing all the money. I was losing everything. I invested. And then it went below what my purchase price. Started losing some more. And people were saying that this was the worst stock, that the worst IPO to invest in at these levels. And it went all the way down to 120 and then shot right back up. And guess who's up now? I am. Right? So, yes, you could have made so much more money if you invested and waited for I could have made so much more money if I invested and waited for the drop at 120, which only happened like a day or two later and then shot right back up. So that's what I've learned about the IPOs. The best IPO, honestly, for me, looking at everything this year, sorry for the phone, as always, it's always interrupting, is honestly, I think Airbnb is a great one. And I think C3 AI, or artificial intelligence, is another good one. Snowflake, super hype. I wasn't big on Snowflake. Palantir was out there as well. That's software, Palantir. Lemonade Insurance, that was earlier in the year. I think that all the IPOs this year are good ones. But the best ones, honestly, I'm not even trying to be like biased, but I really do think that Airbnb was probably the best, one of the best IPOs of this year. But let me know in the comments what you think, and tell me why. The reason why I think I'm gonna lean towards Airbnb over software or artificial intelligence is, and don't get me wrong, artificial intelligence is great, and I think that company with its partnerships, C3 AI, with its partnerships that they put together, I think that they can get a lot of clients because everybody can kind of use artificial intelligence to steer their company or to release new products or do all different types of things. There's just so much information that you can use when it comes to AI. But Airbnb is just disruptive, and I'm long term, but I really do believe in just disruptive innovation, and that's why I'm invested into ARK. And I'm actually surprised that ARK isn't invested into Airbnb. Maybe it's probably not their ball game, but hey, not everything is for everybody. I truly believe that. But to me personally, I really do think that Airbnb was the best IPO this year. It was hated so much. The hype was so real. They said it's the worst price to be buying in at 150, but when it never reached down below 120. Even at 120, once it hit 120, I can guarantee you it wasn't there for long, my people. It bounced up so fast, back up to 150, 160 mark, and that tells you something. There's a lot of resistance there at 120. But don't get me wrong, all the other IPOs, if you're invested in it, Palantir, Snowflake, C3 AI, those are good ones as well. But my option, I'm gonna stick with Airbnb. I'm gonna hold out on my investment. If there's another pullback to 120, trust me, I am buying in. Because sometimes you have to scope out these IPOs. You gotta watch them. You gotta study them for a little bit. You know, if you're having second guesses, just study the stock. There's always gonna be opportunity as long as you're patient. That's what I believe. But hey, what do I know? I'm just the guy out here breaking down information and just giving my opinion. Do your research. Let me know in the comments below which IPO from this year do you think is the best and why, so that we can debate like always. Again, I appreciate you all for watching. And if you're interested in joining the stocks group chat, shoot me a DM above and I will get you some details. Stay safe, y'all. Stay smart. Do your research and continue investing so we can build this generational wealth. I'll see y'all later.
Follow me on Instagram